Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about what can we expect from the new Pokemon games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and what I want from them. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get started. Now let's start with what we know so far. As of recording this video, we know the following. The new Pokemon games are based around Spain and Portugal. We have seen the starters, which are Fuecoco, Quaxley, and Sprigatito. This is what the player character looks like. The name of the region is still unknown, and those same characters and the professors are going to be version exclusive depending on which game you get. We got Professor Sada for Pokemon Scarlet, who has a great and clear inspiration and a past. And then we got Professor Turo, who's for Pokemon Violet. And going to a quick side note, Professor Turo literally looks like a Giga Chad. The legendary Pokemon are Corydon and Miraidon. I might have missaid these Pokemon names, but it's whatever. The whole main theme of this game will be about the past and the future. The release date will be November 18th of this year, 2022. This game will be one of the very first to have an actual open world game theme, besides Legend Arceus, but better. The game will also have multiplayer of up to 4 people, and not just of like little mini games or just of like trading. No, like you can full on like play around and walk around like the setting with your friends in multiplayer or whatever. Although we don't know the full extent of this though. The new Pokemon that are revealed have been Lechonk, Smallville, the 2 new legendaries, the 3 starter Pokemon. Keep in mind we don't know anything about their evolutions, a Pikachu clone, and that's honestly about it. There's also been other Pokemon from past generation that has been confirmed to be in this game, like Fabebe and Swablu, and from what I've seen, they're actually taking the size of the Pokemon more seriously, so maybe in this game, sizes of Pokemon are going to be more accurate, which is a great plus. And your new friend, and I'm going to assume is your rival, her name is Niamana. And this is currently all we know about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now here is what I and the fans want. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say numerous things about stuff me and the community wants to see in a new Pokemon game. Keep in mind that a lot of these things are going to be unrealistic and are basically, too much streamy for me to actually have real. But to organize what actually has potential coming in and what doesn't, I'm going to be putting a Pokeball system in place. Which each point I say, I'll be putting a number of Pokeballs in the corner of the screen. 5 Pokeballs meaning there's a huge chance of this coming back, and 1 meaning there's barely a chance or it's basically been deconfirmed. Now let's start with Pokemon Legends Arceus. So Pokemon Legends Arceus is an almost perfect game. And if there's one thing I want to see carried on from that game, it's basically almost everything that was introduced. This includes the ride Pokemon, because instead of having dumb obstacles like a Snorlax blocking a path or a herd of Psyducks, which by the way I hated that obstacle in Diamond and Pearl, let's replace the dumb excuses of obstacles and have, instead of having obstacles, have a speed limited with what type of ride Pokemon we have. That's what Legend Arceus did. We couldn't access a few places in the game yet because we didn't have the right Pokemon to do it. And that's a great idea, especially with world immersion. And I don't mean like random ass Pokemon, like, oh, you're given like, I don't know, a Staraptor and you have to ride that specific Staraptor. I mean like your own Pokemon, like in Let's Go. Let's say, for example, you catch a shiny Tauros, and you can kind of like ride it just like you can with Weirdeer and Arceus. Let us ride our own Pokemon. That'll be so cool, especially if your Pokemon is shiny or something. That would be so cool. Like imagine like running around on your shiny Tauros or flying around on your shiny Staraptor or whatever. That would be so cool, and like I feel like everyone would love to see this. Now, of course, let's say for some reason you don't have a Pokemon for that, then that's when like I can see like a random Pokemon coming in to help you out. Just like was the TM system or HM system in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. That could also work if you don't have that Pokemon. Plus, I don't expect you to be able to ride every single Pokemon. Like, of course, like, I don't expect you to see, like, you riding a Wooper or, like, a level 10 Pidgey. I want you to ride Pokemon that, like, are reasonable. Like, yeah, you can go around and fly on your, like, Rayquaza or Giratina, but, like, not like your Pikachu that you just caught. HMs being gone is a good idea, honestly. I also want, like, when you're riding Pokemon, for you to be able to throw stuff at them while you're riding Pokemon, because for some reason Legends Arceus, you're unable to do this. I do 100% expect, like, abilities and all that to be back, but what I really want gone, and everyone will probably, like, benefit from this, is IVs being gone completely. This was something hugely changing Legends Arceus, and no more of the days of hunting for a Pokemon just because of IVs for competitive reasons or whatnot. I would also like the way they use EVs now. You can change them to come back in the new game too. This whole IV and EV thing was flawless and wonderful, and like, if they don't bring this back, then I don't know what to say, man. Like, this is just a huge missed opportunity. The catching system also needs to come back. It was a great idea, and this is what we all want from all Pokemon games from now on. As of Hisuian Pokemon, I personally think they should stay in Hisui, but since this game is based off the past and the future, I can kind of see them finding an excuse to like bringing them back for some reason, like with time travel or whatever. So yeah, they're probably going to come back, even if I don't want them to. Nothing against those Pokemon, I just think that if they belong in Hisui, they should stay in Hisui. The new statuses like Frostbite and Drowsy should definitely come back. And why don't you increase their accuracy, since it'll make it more balanced. Being frozen or asleep in the past generations is such an overpowered thing, bro. Because like you can be like asleep or frozen for like 8 to 10 turns or whatever for so long, and like it just sucks. It really does suck. What they did was a great substitute, and I know like the freezing moves and like the drowsy moves in that game had a really low accuracy, but since like they're not that broken, why don't you increase it? It'll make a bit more of a balance. Since this is going to be an open world, side quests are kind of a must and a given, but who knows, Game Freak might not even add any side quests, which I really hope they do. The way the item bag worked in Arceus is also a great idea too, although I do recommend of like cutting the predatory bag price where you want to increase it. That should be cut out because hell's just bull. I doubt they'll bring back crafting, but if they do, I wouldn't mind, and it'll be a great addition. Overworld Shiny is also something that we need, and as for the battle mechanics, like the new like variation of moves, I 100% doubt that they're not going to bring it back, but if they do, I mean, I wouldn't mind. But back to Overworld Shinies, this has to be a thing, bro. Like, this has to. Like, the pure excitement of like people getting shiny Pokemon that you can see like in the overworld is so great. My first shiny was a Zubat, and I got so excited. Alright, enough talk about Arceus, let's talk about general stuff. A lot of people hate version exclusives, Pokemon, and just like 2 different games per gen motif they have. Now, although a lot of people hate this, I am pretty sure they're still going to keep in version exclusive Pokemon whether we like it or not. Also, a lot of people want to end up catching their starter Pokemon in later game, instead of like having to be able to trade or wait for events. And well, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond has basically done this with the Great Underground, where you're actually able to catch your other starter Pokemon of your generation. I do hope that they do this too, at least in some form of capacity. Whether it's after game or maybe even late game, like, when you have like your 7th gym badge or whatever like that. In current gen Pokemon, and basically modern Pokemon era right now, Game Freak loves to do one specific thing: shiny locking legendaries, and then later giving them for free as an event. Now, I'm all for free like shinies, but why do you have to shiny lock them? It's just, no one likes this. Everyone has been complaining about this ever since. And as for like event Pokemon are good and all, but like, it kind of like takes away the magic when like that Pokemon is just added to your box or whatever. Like back in Gen 4, we'll give free Pokemon, but like there was like a story behind it. Like with Shaman and Darkrai. We want more of those type of things instead of just kind of getting like a free legendary and like, put in your box and that's it. And now let's start with gen specific stuff. For each gen, we're gonna find something that has been cut and basically something that fans want, and see if it's realistic or not. For Gen 1, Game Corner, that's it. I know it might be hard to implement due to gambling laws in some country, which is why the whole reason why Game Freak kind of stopped doing this and adding it in games, because now like a lot of European countries have laws that basically say that once like if your game has like a gambling mechanic in it or a mini game, it's instantly like for teens, and like Game Freak wants to keep their Pokemon game for and everyone, which I understand. Although what they could do to fix this is like, for example, for those countries that do have those laws, they can just replace the gambling things for fun mini games. For Gen 2, roaming Pokemon, we want them back. It's just a great idea. It's a great idea to like explore around and try to catch a legendary Pokemon. For Gen 3 and I feel like this is one of the most requested thing that almost everyone wants besides the Megas, but the Battle Frontier. Everyone wants the Battle Frontier back. We've been wanting this for a while, and it would be great to have it back as a great like end game thing to do, or post game I mean. Although I do wish we can actually level up our Pokemon through the Battle Frontier and like game prizes and stuff like that, because I never got the idea of like why our Pokemon wouldn't level up when we did these battles. For Gen 4, although Pokemon contests were a small thing in the Gen 4 games, having them back would be fun. The same for the Great Underground, but I think this is really unlikely because technically the whole open world aesthetic would technically be the Great Underground, but the overworld, if you know what I mean. As for Poffins, this can be a great thing to come back with a camp like in Gen 8 with Curry, which I'm not gonna lie, I think is also gonna come back. Amity Square or its equivalent can basically be the camp like in Gen 8. And well, since we're talking about Gen 8 right now, let's just skip all the generations for now and let's just go straight to Gen 8. First off, bring back the Elite Four. I get why they did the tournament style thing. It's kind of something similar to the anime, but everyone just is used to, and they love the Elite Four. I wouldn't mind having Dynamax and all that coming back and raid bosses, but there's no chance of that coming back. Why, you may ask? Well, Game Freak basically confirmed so in an interview. They basically confirmed that Dynamax and Gigantamax is gonna sting Galar and just sting Galar. Now, of course, they could change their mind, but as of right now, I highly think this is not gonna come back. As for DLC, well, this is a given. Almost every single Nintendo game in the Switch library has some sort of DLC, especially if it's a big name like Pokemon. Like, for a fact it's gonna have like a DLC expansion or two, maybe even 3 if we're lucky. Pokemon sells, and Game Freak knows this. Back to Gen 5, and all the new battle formats they brought back with double battles, triple battles would be fun as a side note. Also, having the World Champion thing would be fun and a great idea for nostalgia. Just imagine having all the past Pro Tags, Ant Tags, Elite Four, Gym Leaders, and other famous Pokemon trainers come back and battle you in kind of like a world coronation type of thing. That would be a great idea actually. Like having the world coronation like in an anime, but with like past trainers and all that. That would be so much cool, and honestly really hype. Hopefully they can bring in Ash, because that would be even hyper. Besides the Battle Frontier, Mega Evolution is something that Pokemon fans have been pondering back, and I'm not surprised. It's a really great feature. Everyone loves it. Pokemon ME is basically a camp, and as for the minigames they had, I want them back, but I doubt they'll be back. The chances of Megas coming back, well, I honestly think we have a good chance. Now, I know, a lot of people doubt this is coming back, but here's why. The theme of the Pokemon games of this generation is a past and future. And in the anime, they brought back the Megas, they brought back Z-moves, Dynamax. So I wouldn't be surprised if they brought back Metas as like, a whole, an allusion to the past or something like that. You know what I mean? As like, to reference Pokemon history. And the same for Z-moves, although I doubt this will happen, so. Speaking of Z-moves, Pokemon Totemon, basically everything in Gen 7, in Alola, yeah, there is absolutely no way any of that's coming back. Except for riding Pokemon though, which I do think there's a chance. And speaking of riding Pokemon following you, that definitely has to be a thing coming back. Not as DLC though. Although I do hope they are able to fix this though. Okay, now that we talked about almost every single mechanic and game mode, let's talk about Pokemon specific stuff. The fans want less Charizard, the ability for Nidoking and Queen to breed, make Ice, but in right type, a better type because damn, these types suck and have so many downsides. Give the Kangaskhan baby and Kangaskhan's couch its own Pokemon. Give Evo trades an alternative. Instead of having to trade a Pokemon for it to evolve, give us alternatives. Because some people don't have friends. Unrelated but would be fun is to unban Porygon from the Pokemon anime. Hashtag Porygon did nothing. And I know we all want National Dex to be back, but it's basically been confirmed that it's not gonna happen. Bringing in every single Pokemon and their animations and making animations look better and all that for all 800 plus Pokemon, it's just unrealistic and we don't have the technology for this. Maybe in the next system or whatever, possibly, but as of now, there is no way this is possible. Give Dunsparce an evolution. Come on, we all want that. Give the Reggies their anime cries. It's hilarious. Change Pikachu's idle animation to something more expressive. I hate this idle thing that Pikachu does in every single game. Give Bidoof God status. Come on, we all love Bidoof. Give electric Pokemon more physical attacks because for some weird ass reason, all of electric Pokemon stats are more emphasized on the physical side, and that is really dumb and weird because electric moves are for the most part special. And yes, there are a few physical electric moves, but either they harm you with recoil, there's signature moves, and then there's Nuzzle. But Nuzzle basically sucks. Fix Regigiga's ability. Everyone hates Slow Start. Make Ducklet somehow a more notable Pokemon, since Quaxley is basically a better Ducklet. Like, no one's gonna remember Ducklet now. Please, and I mean please, balance Landorus, Incineroar, Zacian, and Zamazenta. Now, I'm gonna go in a different video on what Pokemon might be buffed and debuffed, so I'm not gonna go in detail, but these 4 specific Pokemon that need to be buffed, they have been terrorizing the competitive scene for the last 3 generations. Specifically was Landorus and Incineroar. Zamazenta, yes, they're new Pokemon, but god damn, they're so OP, it's not even funny. Bring back Ash Greninja and the Go-Go line. I know, the Go-Go line is a weird choice, but they're one of the very few Pokemon from Kalos who hasn't came back. Like, Go-Go's has only been in one gen, and that's it. Which makes them really forgettable, and it's kinda sad, not gonna lie. And last but simply not least, Pokemon with weird ass evolutions, like methods to evolve, please simplify it. Remember Galarian Mask? I don't know the specific thing about it. Basically, you had to have your mask at like a certain HP, and you had to like spin around 3 times in a certain rock, like under a certain arc. It was really dumb, and like honestly, there was no way you're gonna know that by your own. Like, the fact that a lot of people had to look this up is just sad. Like, if you have to look up how to beat or how to like evolve a Pokemon online, you know you're doing something wrong. And that's it, folks. That is all the hopes and dreams that all the fan base of Pokemon wants for the new Pokemon games. And like I said, a lot of what I said seems unrealistic, but it's not to speculate. Plus, keep everything with a grain of salt. I doubt that we're gonna get all this back, but who knows? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow my Twitch, because if you like more Pokemon content, then you're gonna love my Twitch, because at the moment, I am playing every single Pokemon game in order until the new one comes out. So if you're interested in watching, go watch it. All my socials are in the description below. And last, I'm doing a giveaway. With all those socials in the description, every time one of them gets 1,000, I'll be doing a giveaway. I'll be giving away either a free Switch game or $100 to 2 lucky people. So make sure to follow if you want to get in that giveaway. And with that being said, have a great day and stay happy.